One day, it's all going to end. So smell those roses as you pass by them. We cannot survive without love. Whether it is our families or friends, we all love someone. Naturally, we are drawn to the beauty within those we love. Author and teacher Dr Muzamil Khan uses this concept in his autobiography, Life Amongst the Roses. More specifically, he focuses on the immense benefit of keeping the company of the pious people, the roses. How through this, an ordinary person is ultimately infused with the poignant fragrance of the rose.
First question I'd really like to ask you about is, why did you choose roses as an illustration? Why not lilies or tulips or orchids?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Some of the Persian Sufi books, like Sadi's Gulistan, Bustan, they talk about this world being like a rose garden. And by that world, they mean the world of the holy people, the saints. And that's the inspiration where it comes from. So it's not mine. I didn't create it. I'm just inspired by those masters.
What made you want to write this book?
As previously, this book is a result of the Sahib's instruction. They told me to write it. And as the previous versions, a few years have elapsed. So there was a need to do further addition, plus a revision of the text and bring in new accounts and evolutionary process.
What do you hope for people to gain from this book?
I'd rather I gain something from it than the people. But the point with any book that's been written, and this is again in line with the Sufi books, is to form some sort of guidance in a very simple and pleasant manner. I hope that they will start recognizing roses in their lives.
In the book, you tell of many instances where you faced many challenges, but you weren't ready to give up. What do you feel gave you the strength to remain steadfast?
Watching Die Hard. It's a quality that we all admire in people, and I've tried to keep this throughout my life.
How does one recognize a real rose, and what would be the best way to benefit from the company of that rose?
Well, this is all to do with your smell sense, yeah? So if you have a sense, and even if you're walking past, you would be able to. One sheikh came here to bury, and he went past a guy well dressed up and everything, and he said, fake rose. Yeah, it's just appearance, there's no fragrance. So first you have to learn how to have that ability to smell that fragrance. Once you have that, wherever you're going, you understand. Because rose is not always red. It's timeless because it's not connected with any time, is it, in history that roses emerge in the Victorian time or something. With pious people in all traditions, it's a pleasant way of describing them. But who one is, that's for you to discover. This book is just might give you some skills that you can utilize and find the roses in your life.
For many people who are lost in the wilderness of confusion, How can they seek out the roses that will uplift their spirits?
Well, it's simple that if you're going to be surrounded by darkness, you'll get used to the darkness. There's got to be a willingness to get out of the darkness. And the people who bring you out of the darkness are these roses. And thus, every human being's need. It's nothing to do with being a Muslim or anything. Every human has that desire to be in the company of people who make them feel lighter, calmer, sweeter, not burdensome. So everybody can find a rose in their life and in their society. If they look, they have to seek and they'll find their rose.